The most important thing that you can do right now is to invest in yourself. We are at a very critical time within the calendar year so far, and we are at a point where it's this pivot point, and we have arrived at this space in time and in energy where what is valued most within the universe and what is valued most within our Earth construct, within the entire planet, is authenticity, and it is self-care, self-value, and self-love. So as we entered Leo season at the end of July, the Leo season is all about heart expansion. It's about opening your heart up. And it's about opening your heart up first and foremost to yourself. So it's taking a look at, how do I love myself? How do you love yourself? How do I invest in myself, in my self-development, in my physical, spiritual, emotional, mental self-development? How am I supporting myself? How am I giving myself everything that I know I need and I require to thrive? And so as we entered Leo season, we also simultaneously or almost simultaneously entered the Lionsgate portal. The Lionsgate portal opened on July the 26th, so a few days ago, and it's going to remain open until August the 12th. Now, August the 8th is going to be the 8/8 portal. And this year, being that we are in the year of 2024, if you add up the numerology of 2 plus 2 plus 4, is also 8. So we are actually, this Lionsgate portal is a very, very special Lionsgate portal because it is a triple 8, not just a double 8. And triple 8 as an angel number refers to abundance, refers to prosperity, and it refers to that infinite loop, that connection with the divine, with love itself, because love is infinite within our universe, right? And so this season, this Leo season, it is going to be very important for all of us to really start investing in ourselves. And I was receiving this message from Spirit that so many people are so willing to invest in irrelevant things. And when I'm talking investment, I'm not just talking financial investment. I'm talking energetic investment or attention investment, right? There's so many different ways in which you can invest in something, right? You can invest time into something, energy into something, your money into something, your focus into something. So where is your focus? What are you investing in? And how is that working for you? That is what this Leo season is asking us to really tap into, to get clear about, and to start looking at your life through the lens of, are the things I'm investing in giving me the return on my investment, the ROI, in a satisfactory type of way, in a way that allows me to thrive, in a way that allows me to grow and to become a better version of myself. Because the future favors the bold, the future favors the authentic, and the future favors all of those people that do the inner work. This is where we're heading as a collective and as individuals. If you just take an honest look out into the world and see what is happening and how people that have been so insanely inauthentic for so long, celebrities that have been placed on pedestals, influencers that have been placed on pedestals, who climbed their way to the top through stepping on other people's heads, through inauthenticity, through lying, through cheating, through creating illusion. All of these we have to notice, and I think most people do notice, all of these situations and these people are crumbling. The tower is falling. We are individually at that point as well. How have you lived your life up until this point? How has that been authentic? Because this is the time to reassess, reevaluate. We're going to get into all the re's now because we're also entering Mercury retrograde. We're already in shadow, pre-shadow. Mercury retrograde kicks in on August the 4th, on the exact same day as the new moon in Leo. This is the time to revisit how you live your life. How authentic are you? Revisit how much courage you have had. How much have you invested in your self-growth, in your self-development? Or how much perhaps have you invested in distractions, in entertainment, in stuff, in things that don't matter? So it's a very interesting time. It's a very beautiful time. This 888 portal is absolutely mind-blowingly abundant and prosperous. So it gives us this beautiful opportunity to tap into this energy. But the only way you can tap in, we're in Leo season. What is required? The heart is required. The truth of the heart. So it requires us to open our hearts, first and foremost to ourselves, and then also to others. But even being discerning, because I'm hearing discernment, and having discernment about who you are opening your heart to. In a world of this crazy amount of deception and this crazy amount of, mask wearing and falsehood that we live in, it is so important to use your discernment, especially if you are someone who identifies as an empath, someone who is highly sensitive to energy or are very empathetic to other people's situations, or just in general, like really easily pick up on energy. It's very important to use your discernment and to make sure that you're only investing, you're only communicating or being truthful with people that actually deserve it. Because in many cases, like, the world has a lot of work to do, individual souls have a lot of work to do. 60 to probably 70-75% of the population is still quite asleep. They live in lack and survival energy. They live in scarcity mindset. So because so much of the population lives out of this scarcity mindset and within that energy, so many people are, not going to be necessarily happy for you when good things happen to you. So it's about using your discernment about who you share information with. And when it comes to your self-development, even that, it's so important to, keep that to yourself. That's between you and God. So this is the time to invest in self-development. This is the time to pull your attention back from everything and anything that is distracting you from you investing that energy instead into things that are really, really supporting your growth. There's an extreme amount of distraction in this world. There are so many people, places, social media. There's so many things on social media that are constantly vying for your attention. Attention is one of the most important energies, I want to say. Real estate is what I wanted to say, that, people want from everyone else. But you have to really question that what you give your time and attention to, is that worthwhile? What is the return on investment? So it's time to go inward. I'm just going to look off my notes here because I made some notes after my meditation to not lose, everything that was coming through. So this is a time to go inward. It's very important, especially right now with the Lionsgate portal being open, to tap in to your heart space, reconnect to your heart space. And anytime you feel pulled out of that heart space, meaning you start to feel anger or resentment or frustration or any of those low vibrational feelings, as soon as you start to feel those, ask yourself, what is causing me to feel this? What is triggering me to feel this? Do I need to allow this trigger? Do I need to just sit with this anger or this frustration right now and allow it to pass through me? Even that in itself will start to open your heart, because the awareness is going to allow that energy to move through. Now you're aware. Now you're going to elevate your consciousness because you're aware. It's that simple. But allow things to move through you. Allow things to detox out of you, to leave your energy. And really open your heart. And like I said, this is about really truly opening our hearts to ourselves first and foremost. And when it comes to self-investment, like, I can't even tell you, there's so many things that I do, that I give my money towards, that has to do with self-investment. I don't buy stuff. I pay for courses. I sign up for things that really, really support my self-development. And Spirit keeps showing me that the value in doing this, in investing in these things, the exponential growth of how much I'm able to move further and further out of my comfort zone as a result of learning more and more about myself, more and more about, what limitations I have, or what are the things that are holding me back. This is the key to the future. The more layers you can shed of your past programming, the faster you can step into, you can quantum leap with this energy right now. You can quantum leap into this brand new version of yourself. That higher version, that future version of yourself, who is in the future, waiting for you to catch up, waiting for you to come into alignment with that real version of yourself. Your future version is the real version of yourself. But the question is, who are you going to allow your future self to be? Because you create your future self now, in the present moment. That's why it's called the present moment. It is truly a gift. All of your power resides here, right now, in this present moment, here as you're watching this video. All of your power is here. Tap into that. Connect it with your heart space. Get really, really clear, because this is also about getting crystal clear about your desires. You can't quantum leap if you don't know where you want to quantum leap to. And this is why self-investment is going to be such an incredibly powerful tool. How can you give more to yourself? And I don't care what that looks like, as long as it's not, buying useless stuff. Because so many people are willing to, and it always blows my mind, like, so many people are willing to spend so much of their money on entertainment, on comfort. Self-development isn't necessarily comfortable. And this is why most people don't willingly invest in it. Because then they have to do things that is going to shed the old version of themselves. They're going to have to do things that are uncomfortable, because it's going to stretch them outside of their comfort zone. Do you see why people mostly invest in things like bring them comfort? Because it keeps them in that comfort zone. And this is how you become your own prisoner. As long as you are only willing to remain within your comfort zone, you will always be a prisoner of your own mind. Because you're never going to choose to do those harder things that are only hard when you first do them. And then the more you do it, the more practice, the more momentum you build, the better you're going to get at it, the more comfortable you're going to be with it. And it's going to expand you. And all of a sudden you're just like, yeah, no, this is cool. I can do this. Yeah, maybe exercise is now a regular thing for me. I'm so used to it. I love it and I appreciate it. I see the value in it. But I'm willing to invest my time in it. Right? It's about recognizing these things within ourselves. And once you have clarity on your heart's desire, it's very important to detach from it. Learning detachment, and this is a part of self-development, learning detachment is going to be your superpower. The more you can detach and let go of something that you actually want, the more it can actually come to you. The more you can attract it in, because there's no neediness in your energy about it. There's no desperation. Attachment always has desperation attached to it. So detach, let go, move forward, and keep moving forward. There's an absolutely epic saying that I love that was said by Edna in the Incredibles movie. And she says, and it's kind of a running joke in our household, she says, "I never look back, darling. It distracts from the now." And it is so true. So we say that here in the household all the time. We never look back, darling, because it distracts from the now. So don't look back. Detach from the things you want. Let it go. Let it go wherever it wants to go. Know your worth. Know your value. Know who you are. Know what you deserve. Let go of people, places, situations that are not willing to meet you, that are not at your level, that are not supporting you in some type of way, that are not in alignment. The more you learn to detach, the more you let go, that's a form of self-investment, because all of that energy that you were pumping into that attachment, you're now pulling back and you're saying, no, I'm going to reinvest this. The return on investment here is nothing. So I'm going to take that energy and I'm going to invest it into something else. And do this with people. Take a look at your relationships and your connections. How much return on investment are you getting for what you are investing into? If you're not getting what you're putting in, then it's a very, very clear sign that you need to reinvest that energy into something else that serves you, that is going to provide you a return. So detachment is huge, very, very important. This is also how we get rid of codependent relationships, where we depend on another or another depends on us for their happiness. Codependency is really toxic. So as we are in this Leo season, as we are in this energy of the heart space, this is why I said the first investment you need to make is within yourself, is into yourself. And you can invest into yourself by pulling your energy back, pulling your attention, your power back from people, places, situations that are not serving you, that are not providing any kind of a return. And if this is a pattern for you, if this is something that you perpetuate and you know that you do this, and guilty as charged over here, this is something I definitely really heavily used to do in the past. And to be honest, now I don't find it to be a difficulty at all to detach from people. It's something that I've really learned. It was not an easy process to learn, but it's most definitely easier because I kept stretching that comfort zone. I kept pushing myself to detach, let go, let go. And the more I pushed myself to detach, the more comfortable I became with it. And now it's, to be honest, it feels more natural to me. It becomes like this obvious, like aha moment. As soon as I feel like anything I'm investing into isn't really providing a return, or that I don't feel like it's aligned with me anymore, then I just let it go. So ask yourself, like I said, especially if you're addicted to this pattern, how do I self-sabotage my progress? How am I screwing myself over? What are the things that I am attached to that are not providing any return? How are you holding yourself back from moving forward? Attachment will cause that. Keep that in mind. How are you holding yourself back? With who or with what are you holding yourself back? When are you going to stop playing small? When are you going to start seeing your worth, your value, and that you deserve to have a return on your investment? So it's like pivot. Do you see the pivot energy here that needs to happen for so many of us? It's just like pivot. Turn your back to the things that are not giving you anything back that you have been putting energy into. And because we're in this Mercury retrograde energy, this is also about recognizing projects, things that you're working on. What do you need to go back over to reevaluate, to reassess, and look at it from a different angle? What do you need to recommit to reinvest in that will progress you forward? Mercury retrograde is also about tying up loose ends. This is about looking at what loose ends do I have? What connections do I have that I really need to tie up now so that I can move on and be done with it? This is when Mercury retrograde hits, it's always about long-standing things. So things that have been going on for a long period of time, things that have been in your life for a longer period of time. Not in all cases. Sometimes it doesn't have to be very long, like long could be a month or long could be years. But it's just, what have I consistently been investing into over the years that have not provided any kind of a return. Perhaps a friendship, perhaps, acquaintances, connections at work, whatever. Or even a job where you're maybe working your ass off and getting paid next to nothing for it, right? So it's like, find your worth. This is why connecting to your heart is going to be so important right now in Leo season. And then we have this incredible 888 portal. This is manifestation on steroids. Like, you have an opportunity if you begin tapping into the heart as soon as you see this video, as soon as you start to get your head around all of this and think about all those questions that I was asking to tune into, as soon as you start to tap into your heart space, you have an opportunity to start creating momentum and start building this beautiful energy of momentum within yourself, of really pulling in and attracting in everything that you desire, everything that you have longed for, everything that you are absolutely worthy of, but perhaps have never felt worthy of. The only thing in our way, anytime that we are not making progress, is us. We are always in our own way. No one else is in the way. So when you recognize that, you take ownership, you take accountability, and you acknowledge that, hey, I've been actually perpetuating this problem, or I've been, getting in my own way by not believing that I can have something, by not believing that I'm worthy of amazing, of something great. I look at these things within my own life, and the more that I peel back the layers of it, the more that I acknowledge how I get in my own way, the less I get in my own way. It's a beautiful thing. Self-development is a beautiful thing. It is not an easy journey to walk, because it's never easy to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. But my God, is it worth it? It's like nothing gives you that soul level fulfillment than when you overcome your patterns, when you overcome those past programming within you, those false illusions, those false beliefs. And beliefs are really, really important right now. What do you believe? Because that is what you are manifesting during this 8-8 portal energy. And the portal is open already. It just hits the peak on the 8th. So tune into this energy for yourself and really think about it, and just tap into your heart space and take some time out. Spend time in quiet contemplation. It is going to give you your higher self. Your heart is going to whisper to you the truth. It will show you what you need to let go of, what you need to stop investing in, and where you need to reallocate that energy, that time, that money, and then start investing in something else that really truly supports you, that really moves your life forward. We have 5 months left of this year. 2024 is almost done. How do you want it to end? Do you want to go out with a bang? Do you want to finish wrapping up everything and getting rid of everything that's not working, so that come 2025, you can begin a brand new year with like fresh perspective, fresh energy, new beginnings? We create our future collectively. So don't lose your grasp on what you need and desire. Don't let it slip through your fingers, because the energy keeps moving forward. And the people that do the work, the people that invest in themselves, keep moving forward. Notice what you need to invest in more, so that it doesn't slip through your fingers, so that you don't lose opportunities that are there on a silver platter. The universe is like, here, this is for you. But while you're sitting there like, oh, I don't know, I don't think I'm worthy of it, I don't think I deserve that, I don't think I can have that, that's how you lose the opportunities. We create opportunities through alignment, through feeling worthy, through knowing what we deserve. So ask yourself, especially during this Mercury retrograde, which will last until August the 28th. So for the entire month of August, we're going to be in Mercury retrograde. This is such a good time to invest in yourself, to invest in projects, to invest in those things that you know are going to give you a return. Ask yourself, what is weighing you down from soaring? What do you need to give yourself more of? Is it more permission to pursue passions? Is it more permission to pursue goals? Is it more permission to experience fulfillment? What do you need to give yourself more of? Okay, ask yourself that. Are you in scarcity mindset? Are you too cheap to invest in yourself? And that could be investing in self-care. Maybe you need to go for massages to relieve some stress, let go of some tension so you can have more clarity. Maybe you need to go and see a naturopath or an osteopath or a chiropractor or someone. Like, how can you support your physical vessel? Maybe you need coaching. Maybe you need some guidance on spirituality, on your purpose, on your direction. And so maybe you need to invest in that. And if that is something that you're ready to invest in, then you can check the description box to work with me. There will be a link there to book. People are, like I said, so quick to give their money to useless things that give them zero return on investment, but they don't see that because they're programmed for comfort. What if you took that money and invested it into an hour's coaching session, or into a chiropractic appointment, or into seeing a naturopath and getting your diet back on track and your health naturally, right? It's like, these are the things we need to ask ourselves. So in closing, the last thing I want to mention and kind of repeat and say again is the future favors those who are bold, those who are willing to stretch their outside of their comfort zone, and those who invest in themselves and in their spiritual, mental, physical evolution. That's who the future favors. Those are the people that are going to make massive progress. Because when you invest in yourself, you become a more authentic, more powerful, more sovereign being. You become more connected to God. You become more connected to your soul, to your spirit, to your mission, to your purpose, to how you can serve others in a way that is fun and exciting for you, that doesn't feel like work, that is very purpose-driven, that brings fulfillment. So this Leo season, invest in yourself and watch the return on your investment. Thanks so much for watching. Hit a like on your way out, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.